6 minutes after 9 in the morning. We are live in Takoradi, Good News FM. Radio Shama, Ewo Shama. Space FM wa Takwa. Asafo FM Ewo Elmina. Ofie FM wa Achem Oda. Right FM wa Somanya. Alive FM wa Yeji. Vision FM wa Sefshi Debiso. Asasi Radio Ewo Pandai. Jafrik Radio Ewo Japan. Amansan FM Ewo Milton Keynes. Adom Fie in Shrefie Ewo Hamburg or Germany. And of course we are streaming live on Facebook. Adom 106.3 FM Ewo Facebook. Ebusia. Ma adofo nso so enya saa enkomotutwen adesuen wo munya mu mfaso. Enti uba Facebook a pacho share ultimi copy link no na wa share wo WhatsApp status. Begidi se ebeboa wo bi pa. Ebusia ahokyere enye de o. Ahokyere enye de se ohu akyere o depu na wa we ho hwe enye. Begidi na pe nya me beboa yen. Lawyer ya appear latte was what I say. And then I make on the last year. Notes I'm making, I have me refer one area. Yeah, me kaipa last year or boss wa epime 6 signs of financial challenges. You cool. But this is not pay or mention that the afa hokakra. Me try, yeah, training. I still have them here, and in here, notebook. And Jana Penzo, so are you ready? Being financially and economically disciplined. Set near wow, wait to me a diwuni, Usika Semu, who diwuni, Sika would the 200 years a man for men sanka. When you want, pay with trim diwuni. Ina na pay ye wobre mundu empa mu ene ebepon enti lawyer wa ha e be hwem komo no ase se ne ye ne da no ye duru ba bia ye be matie fo so kwan be ma kwanya na o asem bisabi o pa kwankyere bi ya ebeboa wo sikasem a bia na wo ye wadwen so be investment bi na me mfa sika ne mfa na me mfa sika ne nkohye ni nyina no anapai ibi sua de e sise da bia me kanu no ye wo pen no wo book ready emi tumra no ma kire se ne se ye betena ha na ye se ye ma tie fo nkwa da bi nso me hia moa Information brings transformation. And I pay you should lawyer translate. Lawyer akwa baby.
CJ. That's a pass mama
yeah.
And that's any audi can. You are a very good student. In fact, say me grade and come E. Say me hear knows how I chiro cry. We say age why are they okay?
But that's it.
For the benefit of those who could not join us last year, you be vision kakra. Last year be vision. Yamana ye can last year. And then you are caught to not being financially disciplined.
Sure.
So last year, Nyama Ebo boss no, Mr. TFE, Nya o start o boy no. Say signs that you are not financially independent, and I say near what wabra bomo e chese o honchiro e o sika fam. Inti say enam hono anopay na metie program bi radio and I say the family you create is more important than the family you come from. Ebusua na wankasa obechichire no ehu hia echi ebusua na ofim no enti ebia na ofi ebusua na skanim niama ye den mo ho kire mo eye ba chese ye nim da kra ye nipa ne besie ne ni ade Now so you can change that story. Now what the ebusia wo ho a se bodin a say say ebusia we die omo odimpa papa na hwe ne ma papa ne de ne ma na kwa brochi papa ne de ne ma na ko school omo ye nimdifo. So the family you create is more important than the family you come from. And the last can say being or becoming wealthy is not a matter of how much you earn. So person ye or the four enye sika a oji anase waketu a oji nene. Enye your parents anase wa ofo mo wo. Enye edwuma a wo ye ana bibi a wo ye. It is a matter of managing your money properly. Obi ohwe ni sika so ye bia obetimi a defo. Irrespective of what the person does, the person can be a teacher, a nurse, a journalist, a banker. They can all be rich. Everybody can be rich if they manage their money well. It is not a function of how much you earn today, who your parents are, or what you do. Your only people hire woman to discuss to say, and now see a woman if yes, now today they are purpose and only a here form patch of this because they didn't manage their money properly. And these are the two elements that I want us to know, and I say some wise sayings we best started with. And you ever call to signs that you are financially not independent, and I say honchiro e wo sika fam. Near the kind last year I say obi okusika su bia ota ekusika so se eyeba ebusua na akoni yebo blows na say sikasem se busuafo no sikasem ye a big issue obekọ na da ne kasakasa ye ko ye yesi ebusua sika wom kakra no se obi to ene obetini ya share date 15 February end of January obekọ ya hye bibia bibia funeral home mo ye no mo ati omoka okwa wo sit there the money the function is done. I told people money sawa almost see entwa video yen sawa obi anko ne fie because they don't need your money. So if fie anas obi okosika so e bia ye chelai bi wo fie na adane ntokwa ye school fees ba na obi ni ne yere adane ntokwa. If you are always quarreling over money obu obetna trotro mu Medina to Accra oni mate ni be kwa obisa say oh bra instance na ka o come 50 pesos and so we done the shirt na 50 pesos enti always quarreling about money is a sign that you are not financially independent and I say want you to confirm. The second one, you're burdened with debt. Eka ewo ho eka twa ho ahia eka na nye se wakọ bank akọji loan kwa obi o se menji loan da ni ti a wakọ ye wa free ne ma school fees on tuaye ne light bill on tuaye ne dan o team rent aso or fa window mu no okọ adwuma on fa gate because you say fear baby sa no enti if your life
waji 200 bi wo bi
waji we say adwuma kura adwuma oni pe bi o ogro ma no okọ washroom wadoji nipa no if you say oni so the dipa neka. If you are burdened with debts from head to toe obu ha na tadi a o hye we free ne pants o hye we free ne belt obo we free ne mpabo o hye we free. If you are burdened with debt enyama wo free bebre na say obo besia bebre, it's a sign that you are not financially independent and na say onhwe osika so yi. And we should always watch that. Let me add say enye always the case no bi ko bo besia na che say nipa ne hwe ni sika so yi. Etore bia skana okogina na sabusia na okobor for a purpose. My mom a very good example. Obia ne rent aso. Ne dan so osi akaso be boss no na busia fa akoshem. Se sai nipa no kobo besia e de kobo dan ne so no na busia fa akoshem a be bon se mama no. Because the money is for a purpose. Se obetua advance ama efiewura na wasa kwatro obi fie die obebo besia na akobo ne dan so na busia fa akoshem. So etore bia besia bo ehun mfaso. But you should know what you are using it for. Don't borrow to spend on luxury. And borrow and find your party. And borrow and find your bibia or the Jeweni or the church in the say when you be. Don't do that. Use borrowed funds for a specific purpose. Kobo besiana faye bibi home faso. Nyatoso miensa do you have a rich savings culture? Obia ene obi sending his fee abrocha na so obi che niska 1000 Ghana cedi no de akoshe sumu susuru ne ba ene nwumre ye obesa jiska ene o diska ne ma susuru na ba ene ye obeji 500 or chira susuru ne ba obesa ji another 500 na ska na. If you have a rich savings culture chese on sika so ye, you should always have a good savings culture. Obu ha or diska to susuru ho be 10 years na nsan kan ska no na so umisa say it's almost as if ska nsa on ne saka. People like that are very good with managing their finances. Into obi o big savings culture no hwe yi ho be kire. And na question na maybe say on say, can you sustain your life 6 months without working? Say bibi to na yesi o bibi aba wadwumam enti kotena fie 6 months ye hwem anase ye hwe asem no 6 months ubetimi ahwe o yere no ma a ho nkire wana. If you don't think about these things, there are things that we say unforeseen emergencies. Ebetimi ato. Se bisa atoa 3 months and anase 6 months ubetimi survival. If you can't survive 3 months and anase 6 months without getting a salary, hwe ye ebia na on show niam ye. And I near so last but one, is money a daily struggle? Make I say COVID lockdown. You can't say lockdown obi o how say that could continue training fee. E also bopa every day and son we did. So if money is a daily struggle, then you watch your finances well. And at the last one, they say obi o ha e kane nyama mene na unyaya, he will give up in life. Obe commit suicide. Obe kuno ho. Say if you have these thoughts and now say o ti bia bi say ya hwe yie e bia o sika se mo anhwe so yie. And these are the 6 signs. And as I said, today you may have 1 or 2. It doesn't mean it's a condemned situation and I say a hopeless situation. You can work to resolve it. And see, you have to follow the principle and you change or you transform your life.
Adom 106.3 FM. And we revision. Are you an impulse buyer? You know, and a host of other things. But lawyer and Koma and a pay what the name in church what the name how we can discipline ourselves financially and economically.
Yo, enti senior udi kan no. The first niyama amanfonya problems pa ne say we don't live within our means. Say if you live within your means, you always be disciplined. This month, my me budget say afi bechi and answer bosu me mechi my school fees. O de mpaboa ba mento. Say if I say den ya mento. O de chain and a necklace ba mento. O de watch ba mento. O de phone ba mento. Me phone me change housing no this month. Say eno na beboa me beboa mento phone fufro. So you should always have a disciplined mind. Say I'm living within my means. And how do you budget? Do a simple budget. Share okwaya sikafaso eba onsem. Any okwaya sikafaso efi onsem. So we call income and expenditure account. Enti bisa ho o salary and our wages waketu ya okwa adwuma yetu aka ene number 1. Okwaya sikafaso ba onsem. Business income o store o business bia oye okwa adwuma o chibo fruit o ye bibi nketenkete wonche eno ye business income number 2. Gift and remittances. What be bibi? Wako bogalam se bi obi wako ye MC. Wako preach o baby. When you scan kitin and you gift and remittance and as a niema bi aba from other income sources. Enti sa niema miense pe ena ohwa niema ye ko ba nyina akwan ka fa so ba yensem no. Salaries and wages, business income, yen business bi ye ne won chain, gift and remittances unu bi asa this cafe abroche di abrel. Ena other incomes wako ye edwuma kakra bi won chain no bi dis ka bi ashonsa se fire TNT. And these are the things or these are the means by which ska efaso e bounce them. Now, bisa ho se dey near this guy food, aduane yedi, clothing, obekwa yie, obekwa sorry, watade abehye, donation, bosumi, yesi obi ye wedding, obi ye naming ceremony, yaba, donation, entertainment, obeji weni kakra. And transportation, say oko adwuma na oba oko sorry oko programs oko events ni nyina transportation fuel abeto and I say Uber and I say taxi abefa transportation and many more school fees, light bill, water bill and in your account. And you can see say okoya ska fa so ba yensem no nyama miensa ana mienu pe but nyama edi ska en endless thousands nyama bebree. Enti yes, do you have a balance account? Is your income more than your expenditure? Sika of bound seven, a door senior this guy. Obia or spending more than his income, he's always in debt. Say, waket you 1,000. Now, Busumi be out spend 1,500 and it's a 500 net. So, no, yeah, a BB away free. Enti say na make an obi or nam hono we're free from top to down if he say he is not living or she is not living within his means. So that's the major cause of financial challenges. Enti and we are going to go into what you need to do to avoid this situation. At the end of the year, would be managing as you be financially or economically disciplined. Niedikain, avoid excessive spending on fashion and luxury. Avoid excessive spending on fashion and luxury. E adia ba kwa se wan hwe ni yi a ebebo oka bebre o watch a ball o ti awaye o makeup ene on tade a wo hye. People just live that life to impress. Don't spend on luxury and fashion. Obu ha ni chain da ni komu ubisa ne bo de dending baby okoye ni ti the tea style oye. Say you can get this same value from a different shop or somewhere close to you for something that's just 10% of how much you spend. But because you are living your life in a certain way, no, you are spending too much on luxury. Ain't your hair, your makeup, any manicure or pedicure, no. If you spend 100 Ghana cedi on it a week, every week you are spending 100 cedis on these things. At the end of the year, you would have spent 5,200 because you have 52 weeks in a year. And you are spending 5,200 on your fashion, your hair, and all those things alone. So you can spend a lot on luxury and then things that you don't really need. Second principle, I said, don't live to impress anybody. Keeping up with the Joneses. Don't live to impress anybody. Yeah, baby, your baby, ote bungalow. Teacher for bi wo ha na say lectures wo fi wo ha. Omoka ye pia ansa na car na start. They live that life to look after their children. Today, their children are professors, doctors, teachers, etc. Some people just live that simple life. Ne car be park or car park. They be ebe sere no. Da okay die. Oye start and battery we say. The person is using the money to look after his children. Obu ha okra kama de bia ne yepamone ma school fees. So it means that such a person is living to impress others. One, don't live to impress your peers. Say me mate, omo me ni omo school. When I meet them, I want to show them that menso menyebi. Menso mu adwuma papa bi. Don't live your life to impress anybody. Don't live your life to impress your family. And don't live your life to impress your friends. And don't live on anybody's rule. Yes, see, the day that you start living your life to impress everybody, you end up impressing no one. If you live your life to impress everybody, you end up impressing no one. And don't live your life to impress anybody. The only person you should live to impress is yourself. Sadia we no, if you are convinced say papa, ebe bua odachi, ebe bua ma, ebe bua obusuafo, just do it. And don't live to impress anybody. That's the second one. Third point, irrationality. Irrationality and I say illusion. In nyama bi ya we overspend on them. Obu ha what say you say bibiaba baby wo ha o diska koto ha ade che be 100%. You be 100% interest, 200% interest, all those things. And some things like gambling or more into gambling near there. If you are not careful, that thing will take all your money. It will take all your savings. Don't go and be doing them. You say Bitcoin now you have to understand it. So on tiasia how do discover ko shem ni nyina be fi usem. Enti irrationality or illusion. Sanya maniama no things that are based on gullibility. Say du fudie bi aburo so because adena wo koye no unim say unipa no enya there is no bank in Ghana here betimi amount 100% interest. Bank interest is between 20 to 30%. When you that's the thing. And so be more interest of 100% that the person is even deceiving you. So just be mindful of that. Near this so avoid consumer debt. Avoid consumer debt. Obu ha TV or be 3 or 4 on fie. I hear now be here at a time. TV, how many do you watch at a time? So we spend on gadgets, electronic equipment, phone, iPhone 16, 17 beba, 18 beba, 20 beba, 100 beba. They still and they feed on your commitment and your gullibility. Say they be up so your phone for. That's what they are feeding on. the functionality doesn't change significantly. Or because you go and buy it and you want to be the first to buy it. Don't spend too much on electrical appliances or gadgets or consumer spend. Your principle be a do broja almost I deceive yina. Omba offices adwumam na omo say buy now pay later, buy now pay later, buy now pay later. Na obu a waji TV, waji radio, waji we say obi ofie on so wasanji. Obi ha nyama na oji in December no. January ya obi ho achi na afi no be pay later. This is the month that you are going to pay for all your spending in December. And see, don't spend so much on luxury and as electrical appliances. Sanya manyama no, they don't add value. Say, eto be okwa adwuma, ufifie 8, obeko fie na 7. How much time did you spend watching your TV? Watch 2 hours, 1 hour.
Lawyer, na ikura phone by for me. Ebu have TV ni boho. And so na mi kura tablet na mi phone. Men so TV the whole day men so.
So why are you spending so much on those things? And so ask yourself, what are you using these items for? Are they adding value to you? And you don't even want to expose this into your children because time no TV no papa befia no do no akoshe them and as so we have to know what we are adding value or we are spending money on. Don't overspend on consumer debt. And this next one, avoid wastage. Avoid wastage. In your boy idea skashema, yes say no. Number 1, parties, frequent parties. Second, festivities. Ye program waha, ye festival waha, and a festival said ba ojura kwewu de. They are things to relieve you of burden and I said to relax on. But don't overspend on things that you have not planned for. Obi see or your party. Now you into 1,000, to 2,000, and as you in course, you baby a bill like 10,000 Ghana cedis now come up to 2,000. Have you planned to do that? It's a wastage. And our friends, these days say obi free and as obi bo amani okwa broche o mfre nipa no mbo na amani a obekọ no nipa ni ho. The person will tell you he doesn't have time. So don't overspend or don't waste money. This last week na metie Mensa Otaba Pastor Mensa Otaba program no say Ghana as a poor country. So ko fie bi ma se ne yesi ye poor no aduane ye tugu bolam. Okwa broche entu aduane ngu bolam sa. So we waste a lot of food. And so ask yourself, how much do you want to eat? And I say, oh no, just make sure you are budgeting for that and you are keeping to it. You better nyama she fridge mu bebre yama light of an nnuane o fridge mu na then I say we are wasting, so avoid wastage. Those wastage last time I say madam for Germany abofu mienu bi medua na medi na kaka krabi, you know that kind of thing. Oh aka krabi yema fanko or say yaw you should clear your plate. So when did nyina gotungu omadi omodua ni nyina na omohwe me omo se di aduana mesima men so still force my media or see that's how we live our life here. And your broche they don't waste money, so it's wastage. And the last one is other people's money mentality. And find show team so of a baby or discover bro mini akwa broche me bra or adwuma o Adom FM say don't live with other people's mentality in mind. If you live your life like that, you'll be frustrated for the rest of your life. Me papa will scare one me, more of us always scare one you. Don't live with other people's mentality. You are living your own life. The family you create is more important than the family you come from. And you find show to some papa Oscar, more of Oscar, mini Oscar. No, it's the family you create. Obuha, ni brother Oscar, ni sister Oscar, but they are living a very simple life and they are happy. So don't live with other people's money mentality. Don't assume say obi mbehwe ma obu a say o mewo mebusianfo behwe me ma no. Don't live with that mentality. You are going to create problems for yourself and your children. So these are the first part of the presentation. The next part you go to a financial plan. So it's a question be
But now me question be avoiding wastage, for instance, the festivities and the parties. Madunia kusi a yaba ye chantuma na ubia chantuma ni bi ana party no yesi lace way ni na yedeko. These are also forms of wastage, and our festivities no account.
It's a very good question you've asked. me who a year ya kwa say one pound to money binti ya pamo. Say a year no crab obi ankon hwe ntoma obi ahyepo. It's only okay so be hwe nipa mi no montoma na yefe. People don't even look at it. And the good thing is that you try sound to me different types. It's bit me share ba ku bia mu try some years ago. Obekono black and white. You are part of the but that's why I said don't live your life to impress your friends. And live life say all the show be and all the children for webusian for onamfo for mates for don't live your life to impress anybody. You can live your life the way you want it and plan the way it has to be. Enti sa eye ntoma enyema bi ayem planning say wastage comes from things that we have not planned for. Me soft penim bi okasa o say bosumi oka che me say me meto V8 na me planning say meto V8 ka e my account mu but me nto because I have not budgeted for it. That's how we should live our life. Say if you want to avoid wastage, always live with a budget. A budget allows you to be disciplined. So if you have a budget, you are able to keep to that budget. This month, there is school fees. Obia won kola o school bia nim said this month is school fees month. Enti that should be your preoccupation. And yet this month obi be babe bro say oh phone aba ye di bro nya wie say ya ti phone so don't be deceived by those things. Yes, promotion. Now you are running with those things. If you run with those things, every month be able to be because every month be a promotion. So don't live. Always have a budget and keep to the budget. Always have a plan and keep to the plan. This month meet your school fees. Apart from that, this is emergency. Say emergency, Maya. I don't spend money on anything that I have not planned for.
Lawyer, then again, my question: there are individuals who will be more pressure at that almost because busani ehwemwa mebra na one kind na oye adwuma no ono na ese friend na oboayen into of say friend no bra ye be school of ye be school. How should such people maintain their family? Because quite apart from no responsibility or feel on kind no the krom for friend no na busu for ne wo fa bi yare ne na bi yare so o mo fra kojo one kind no fancy camera that adds up to the bedding e won nipa no one kind ye adwuma no. How do we manage that?
So CJ, that's a good point, and in fact, say Ghana has say cry. It is not as difficult as our broche. Our broche cry the West. Just say ebusia obi kura wunim ni baby across. Oh, here oh fa penny bi oh baby no afro. Fa phone breve, and we feel obliged to do it. The world has moved on. Enti se obetimi aboa na untimi mboa. Don't stress yourself for somebody's pleasure. You see, if you end up sacrificing your goals for someone, or if you live for the pleasure of someone, you will end up sacrificing yours. And at the next point that I've also learned, they say you can fill somebody's cup when your cup is full. If you give your money to other people, not or China, if your children come to you, you will not even be able to feed them. Yes. So you should always have your cup full before you can fill other people's cup. Very important. So don't live your life. Don't take the burden of other people. Don't take the burden of people that have not even planned for it. Jacko movie be a very interesting movie. Now or contest MP. And will be by say to see our hospital and or see no you're more planning somebody will not be and that's how we live our life. We live our life thinking that other people will take care of our children, other people will take our burdens for us. And yes, those people, when they are taking those decisions, they never consulted you when they took those decisions. We take on the burden. So don't take burdens that you have not planned for. Like I said, keep to your budgets. Keep to your plan, keep to your strategy. It's a strategy that we are learning. And so if you don't keep to it, then you are the same person that you were before. And you have a strategy, you can keep to it. And it is discipline that helps us to reap the gain. You always reap the gain of discipline. It is difficult when you are going through discipline, but you always get the benefit tomorrow.
Lawyer, Dwaso Nsem bisa me you know amedema way. Em say ebetimi akoyanim.
Lawyer, Mate, enti the next one here, personal financial plan, time for introspection. Oshe 2024 enyama ben na anko ye, and what do you need to do to correct those things? Enyama ben na anko ye, and that's also life. What do you need to correct? The first part ne say, if you are not prepared, so sure, who say next year kase ko retirement, and I say kufie, and I say jejuma. The first answer ne say somebody who is prepared. The second one is someone who is partially prepared, and then the third one is somebody who is fully prepared. If you are not prepared, or sure who say say ne say juma nsem, and I say bibi tumia me ho be kire me. I didn't know how my defining those people who are not prepared. First one is a very little saved or invested. Obu ha only savings via only 5,000 Ghana cedi crowd da baby. Only 2,000 Ghana cedi crowd put da baby. So such a person, you are at risk. You are at risk. You are working on lifeline, obi or that hospital or life support because bibi two ene ohun. So if that is the answer to the question, are you not prepared for tomorrow? Then there are something that I'm going to advise you to do. And I'm planning to rely largely on retirement payout. Or here you say retirement and net contribution. Eya cosinate na contribution from obi or year 20 years. The whole net contribution into 10,000 Ghana cedis. So 10,000 Ghana cedis will be a weekly wage. While you do 10 years, your whole contribution into 10,000 Ghana cedis. NTSC says net form send this statement by email. Open it and check how much you have contributed. Obu ha baby aye djuma na omo contribute. So tiemia kwana ko check it. Ebi mo ha omo contribute. Your employers delay or they don't pay at all. Check that. And see if you are not prepared, one, you have not saved enough or you have not invested enough. You are on life support. What do? Nipa sana again, what's the strategy for you? You need to take a serious or make a serious lifestyle change. Number one, ejuma we na also jaya na ko ejuma foforo. You have been earning 500 Ghana cedi a month. You cannot survive with 4 children and earn 500 Ghana cedi. So you have to change that job. Take a radical decision. If said that chibia abroche bi na also ko anase baby na person ya, take that radical decision. Otherwise, you will still live this life like this, expect a different result, but it will never happen. So take a radical decision, make a lifestyle change, a job change, or something radical to do. And now say, oh no, yere de oho, na se bia o yere enye juma. Let her start something. Kwana ko hu obi na bob besie bi on na o yere nso start bibi. Make a lifestyle change. And now say one kasa hwe say juma na o ye no. There is something that you can do that can change your life forever. Go and make that lifestyle change, because don't expect to do the same thing and expect a different result. It will be the same results. So that's the first one. And the second one here, focus on capital accumulation. Ye bibi this kabeto and I say bibi beto ama odachi. Yes, say money can always be earned by some other means. So and then I will lose ska and then I only savings. Ochina, if you become a star, you can make money that nobody in your family has ever made. Musicians, they make so much money. Actors and actresses, they make so much money. And yet some of them, their family members have never seen that money before. So that thing can happen to you if you make a lifestyle change. So focus on capital accumulation. Just make sure you are buying a land that is getting value for you in future. As I see you on 10,000 or kaswa and then yet on 100,000, that kind of thing. And the next one is focus on knowledge. Knowledge has a lasting benefit. Knowledge. There are better ways of doing it. And now I say, so your accountant, only professional qualification, start the professional exam. Or chartered accountant where you man bet you more and also bet you in your for. So focus on acquiring knowledge. Nobody can take knowledge from you. So to phone obet me a Jeff Nsem. O first car obet me a Jikana Nsem. No bien what degree or a PhD. And as what MBA, I'll be a MBA in affinity. It is in your head, and knowledge has a lasting benefit. So make that radical change. The second group of people are people who are partially prepared. Or savings kakra. But when you say savings now, what saving and enough. So cost senator the contribution kakra ho ebi obehwe ebi a 50,000 bi ho 100,000 bi ho ebi go 200,000 bi ho 300,000 bi ho. Yes, we say we kakra we see it down on in the ma and on in the ma team and that kind of thing. It's obu ha or you're partially prepared, but the person is not fully prepared, and then the person is likely to rely on retirement payout. Say or call retirement and now or better any say aban betu and iska crack obu and iska no be a half of what he was earning when he was fully working. So if you are partially prepared, what do? You need to also do some change. It may not be a radical change, but focus on an extra income. Last year, me bahano, me bubo nye me be a bit so any extra income. I can do a quick revision of those things a bit any extra income. Yes, don't focus on one single income. Do something that will earn you extra income. Yes, no, there are things, or even now, there are things you can do to earn extra income. More 34 of them. Baking, owning a restaurant, blocks, and as ice blocks, photography, videography. And let's say, oh yeah, wedding, that's we be a photo, or say 3,000 Ghana cedi, $10. Videography, photography, owning a car washing bay, having a food joint, obisi or ton salad. They make so much money. Owning a school, poultry farm, laundry, and then we made this political fun joke say you can start that business and get support from government. That is something that you get support for, and then you can move on. Owning a hotel, being a DJ, and as a MC, and a CJ, and a poetry, singing, comedy, starting a blog, obu or a YouTuber. The person earns $10,000 a month. YouTuber, no. And in the phone now, phone he can use that and earn money, get banks to pay the person just blogging. And now sell flowers, you can own a towing vehicle, you can teach other people to earn extra income. There are people who have given birth that you can own a salon, you can have a farm, you can do public speaking, you can do gardening, a car rental and rental of canopies, chairs and tables. You can also rent an event ground. Or as a CBA, a sokama, a decorative, a hokama, not the event ground. You can own a photography studio. You can do interior decoration and freelance editing and proofreading. And the last one here, dressmaking. They be a shantadie, or be a pamatadie, be a skeni, and also be a skeni, because every day we wear something. So that's the thing. You can make money from those extra income. So if you are partially prepared, focus on an extra income. So why savings kakra? No more savings. Focus on making an extra income. So these are the two groups of people. First one, I'm a boy near people who are not prepared. They are working on life support. Only savings via only 2,000 Ghana cedis. That person needs to make a radical change to his life. And I said that should be as a said that's what will transform your life. Make that radical decision and do it, because the things that you are planning to do, you are capable of doing them. Do it because you are capable of doing them, and to make that radical change. And a second one here, people who are partially prepared. If you are partially prepared, think of an extra income. Find something for her to do. Find something for her to do to support you, because you are doing, or you are going on a journey together. You and your wife are creating the family you want, and not the family that the two of you come from. You are creating a family that you want. And the last one here, the last part I'm going to discuss here, preparing or develop a personal financial plan. Say, and I say, if you are partially prepared, and I say, if you are fully prepared, you should have a financial plan. Financial plan, how do you go about it? Very simple. And you don't need a professor or anybody to have a financial plan. You can pick a pen and paper and ask one first, make sure you write your financial plan down. What goes into the financial plan? The financial plan that you're going to write down. A good financial plan has these elements. One, it has the bigger picture. A fun and person extra. Say Trazako any maneti na mpese me matra in 10 years time. That is something that you put in your financial plan. Say, I don't want to live, baby I'm a one, me de 3 hours in a coffee, and I'm de 3 hours in a bedroom. I don't want to live in that area in 10 years. So that's a bigger picture. Second one here, the game plan. You should have a game plan. Or quite best na be fast to achieve that goal. Say if you want to come and live in Cantonment, East Legon in 10 years time, or quite best na be fast so if you are working at a place that you have 500 Ghana cedis a month, now say in 10 years time about better East Legon, probably you should be laughing at yourself. So you should have a plan. Say, in addition to the work I'm doing, I am also working towards something that will give me a breakthrough. That breakthrough will help me achieve that goal of changing where I live or moving my family to a different place. So that's the game plan. And the third one here, you have to have a budget. Have a budget. Have a savings. Have something that you are saving every month or you are working towards every month. And as the school be a oko, the school that you are going is an investment that will earn you a benefit in future. And make sure you have a budget or something that you are putting your money in every month to improve your life. And what are some of the recommended elements of a financial plan? What are the key outcomes of financial plan now? You know, the first one is you should have an emergency fund. Have an emergency fund. Papa be catch them and say, so be catch them and say, oh mama, already 90 years na emergency death. Or best row. Oh mama did 90 years and also papa did 90 years. You should always have a plan for them.
Yeah.
By now, I saw your insurance be a mom.
Yeah.
Also, if you 20, you should always have an emergency fund. Bibi too. Assemble me at hospital sembeba, bibeba. Always have an emergency fund. If you don't have an emergency fund, you are in trouble. So have an emergency fund. And what we call a project fund. A project fund. Always make sure you are committing to it. Don't just buy a land and leave it. Obu once as 5. Foundation. You are just wasting money. Have a project fund instead of in 5 no. Tom yenu ana miensa na fa ba ko esi dan. Na first can see dan ba ko na say dan no crown kotrema rent it out. It's an investment property. So have a project fund. Have a project fund. And at the third one here, have a retirement fund. Have a retirement fund. Or next contribution is a retirement fund. Or tier 1 and or tier 2 contribution near chairman pension fund managers like Axis near Adeno and Petrano is a retirement fund. Make sure you are paying your money into a retirement fund. You move your higher to say tier 2 and tier 3. Don't rush to go and take the money unless you have a purpose for it. I say tier 1 or tier 2 that are contributing. Mortgage. Make sure you go for that money, not to go and spend on party or luxury. And find V8 end them, and find car end them, because your pensions kind of wooden and then. So make sure you have a retirement fund and you are keeping to it, or you are contributing to that retirement fund. And at the fourth one here, legacy fund. Legacy fund. Always walk around asking yourself, say, a dear pioneer de be me. Papa be say, wakoko si school, ni krum, onini nyanma koko si school, mu krum, and omdi mama di atoso. It's a legacy fund. Yeah. It's a legacy investment. So always have a legacy fund. For some people they can afford, others you cannot afford. But if you have excess, always have a legacy fund. And at the last one, educational fund for your children. Always have an educational fund. Insurance companies say, more educational policies. Obet be invested for your children. And yet, the BIA na a free SHS and a free university, and I say things may change tomorrow. And now say, baby, a person don't manage. It is not a place that even government of Ghana can support you. So have an educational fund. It's very, very important. So these are the things that goes into our financial plan, your personal financial plan. And it depends on your circumstances. Some people can afford a legacy fund, others cannot afford. But like I said, you should have these 5 funds. The first one, emergency fund. Yeah. Uni emergency fund that nature say you are working on life support. Bibi toa, this okobo besia. Avoid that situation. Say bibi toa na this okobo besia. Or buy a record that hospital ne be a sebi or see any surgery. This okobo besia. That emergency fund should be there for you. Second one, your project fund. As a CB our to atu baby and I said then be a wusi that will be a project be. The third one here, retirement fund. Your contribution are the call for retirement. The fourth one here, legacy fund. Bibia wo ya that chibi edbe kayo. Ene webusian for. And the last one, educational fund for your children. CJ me be see say na.
Lawyer, say bibi wo fa so man na akabeye sima enum na ye be phone lines so we can invite our listeners.
Good. Yeah. And I'll end with some of these quotes. The first one here. The fact that you have a bad day doesn't mean you have a bad life. The fact that you had a bad 2024 doesn't mean you had a bad life. You don't have a bad life. It was just a bad year. 2021, COVID, it was a bad year for some people. 2022, time economy ni be very difficult to Ghana has inflation, depreciation, and the 50% near the no. It was a bad year for a lot of people, but it doesn't mean you have a bad life. And you can have a bad day today, but doesn't mean you have a bad day tomorrow. That's it. And the last one here, what you do today can change your life or all your tomorrows forever. Adia would this when you saw Ben and then say what's baby now baby, it can change your tomorrow forever. Obi decided so baby. Donald Trump one day decided to do what he wanted to do, and today he's one of the popular figures, one of the outspoken figures, and today everybody knows him for it. So decide on something to do today, and you can change your tomorrow forever. That's
Lawyer, Mamenda was say, answer ni be invite yen callers. Mami announce phone lines no na calls in fiancé emra. O asem bisebi wo pe efutuo bi, wo pa kwankyere bi efa osikasem ho a ye bie phone lines no 0302 216 561 0302 216 562 0302 216 561 0302 216 562. Lawyer, say obi pe investment biaye afie yi mu a, what would be your advice? Ehemfa na ebetimi de esika ahye na kwan ben so na yemfa so. Lawyer, briefly na fe yemfa se yemfa.
Yo, but that's briefly be there are 3 buckets of investments.
Okay.
Semiye ni say ya obe kai na obe ti asie ye pa. Eti wa for bucket miensa. The first bucket a very simple thing. Obi a oni bank account, you are at risk. Say oje obosumi aketua na say oje wages. Adwuma ma aketua na de kwose opilo ase. You spend that money so quickly. By 1 week no we discount every. Always have a bank account. Money that you put away from yourself. It is also a bank now check now could DQ. That alone can prevent you from using the money on things that you do not need. So always have a call account. Have a money account. Sikebi daho BSA for 3 months, 4 months, you are keeping the money there. Always have a call account. Money that you have put away from yourself. Always find a way of putting money away from yourself. Don't keep money close to yourself because you spend the money so quickly. So that's bucket 1. Enti bibia ubetimi sika ubetimi akwakoje nene okọ bank ubetimi akwakoje nene. That's the first bucket. The second bucket here, medium term investment. Or treasury bill. Say when you sika kakra ibronya yi ebinim je bonuses we adwumam. Bonus not ye ni nyina we di ni nyina. Don't live that kind of life. Always have an extra income, ye fixed deposit to treasury bill and put it somewhere for a rainy day. So another bucket 2. Short-term investment. I don't think it's short-term investment. Yes, short-term investment because you want to protect the money against inflation. So this kind of to a bank account man. Interest now benyano and you enough to protect against inflation. And so 1,000 Ghana cedis, need to be 10 bags of cement. Need our account mu. Now say interest be ambaswa. Say cement bag near to swa. They call 120 Ghana cedi. It cannot buy the 10 bags again, but you'd have lost value. And to make sure you are putting the money in a fixed deposit treasury bill that will earn you interest to protect against inflation. And here bucket 3, bucket 2. You call bucket 3. Bucket 3 first personal development. Ko school, ko suade, ko ebibi to improve yourself. I tell the young people in my church, say, if somebody tells you he's buying an iPhone for you for 20,000 Ghana cedis, tell the person to give you the money. Go and enroll in a catering school. You send the decoration. So any pop 5 wedding, the creation will show them how better to phone and still have your capital.
Yeah.
And your money pay 20,000 to phone, bro. Paco shares in the creation. We any pop 5 wedding the creation and you get the money back. Say cake na beya. We any pop 5 wedding cake a mama, you get the money back. So always develop yourself. Developing yourself is bucket 3. It's a bucket 3 of investment. And a bucket 3 is your real estate investment. As I say, a dime, they increase in value. What was as 10,000 and 2 years time, but as I say 100,000. So it's a bucket 3. And then the last one here, doing a business, startup, BBK2AB. The places that you can invest your money, we have mutual fund, so called EDC, EcoBank, Stanbic, Omo BB and friend Stanley.
Yeah.
Stanbic or Hosei, GCB, they have GCB Capital. They have all manner of investments. So when you go to the commercial banks, like I always tell people, near see your banking sector needs to know. I always tell people, say, oh, investment, go and do the investment with an institution that has a bank. EcoBank has got EDC investments. Say BBC or EDC, EcoBank bet me have a bomb. GCB Capital has got GCB Bank. Say BC or GCB Capital, the bank will come and bail them out. Stanbic Bank has got Stanlip Investments. Say BC or Stanlip Investment, a bank bet me about a billion out. The same thing, Stanchart, EcoBank, all the banks that have got investment or brokerage houses, First Atlantic Bank, go and invest there. If you invest there and there's a problem, the bank will come and bail them out. And go and make this investment, and it is based on your liquidity and your appetite for risk. It's so yes, can in term, just make sure you are investing in short-term treasury bill for 3 months. Yes, can in the long term, make sure you are investing in a long-term instrument for 1 year, 2 years. Says can and these are institutions that when you go to, they'll give you advice on the various options available. But that's it.
Adom 106.3 FM.
Adom FM. Adom FM. One tell you what. Catch your man eye. Adom FM. One tell you what. Adom FM.
Your friend Francis, because of the Kufudu Akintikri.
Francis Kufudia, lawyer, what high into you?
Pacho, I can't present in no, can't say. Me are sorry for no. Now, Usha Bible, Yamani no can na Usha Bible, Isaiah chapter 55, from verse 8. Or see, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways. My ways, says the Lord. For as the heaven are higher than the earth, so as my way higher than your way, and your thoughts than your thoughts, and my thoughts than your thoughts. I can't be say, you can't na again. That the beautiful my yes, I am way na still become bankrupt. For instance, DJ Mr. Bonena Pachen. If you are on your radio, loto, dewa, and a one. If they are not supposed to do the music, shame. Now, Omulusu, Nebusu winning. The business of the music shame on Yebi, a big discussion on Yebi. Sini Kaka person can say. Is there no Bible Kawahanu? Obit me your way me na and Kusiaka. Because Bible might as say. Who coin any coin? Why do you not drink? Okay.
So, the God factor in all these discussions that we have had. Lawyer, I'm noting it down. This will be responding accordingly. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, basically.
Maybe I told Doom Radio, no, mammy, Michelle.
Yeah.
Your friend said, I got a free.
But I am a sinner.
And it's still not a free. Right, ain't you an estina?
Maybe I saw no pay and I must finish a shot. Modia Bray. The me pama dear, today, ya papa cano. Got someone like ye, sick on a bank is in Kitty Bet. Baby, I'm a one. I have said your cano, Mamma, see, and I might be bram, and who say, Mr. Tabra Pofra, and who say, my papa, never means him. nti anope yɛda mo ase paa nyame hyira mo ɛne kyerɛkyerɛ mo de brɛ ɛna yɛ sɛ papa ɔpa ɔfa ne number to hɔ sɛ dɛ bɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi bibi kyɛ yɛ adwen wɔ yɛde bia mo a yɛbɛtumi afɛ no ama yɛ guidelines na aka no yɛda mo ase nyame hyira mo
yɛda ase paa Auntie Ernestina yɛda ase. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes sir, your friend no kasa free.
Your friend is Benjamin, me kasa free Achimasafo.
Benjamin Achimasafo yentio lawyer ha.
Oh. CJ, yɛda ase ne onkyerɛkyerɛ a wode ama yɛn ɛnɛ anɔpɛ yi Nyankopɔn ɔnhyira wo papa. Saa nkyerɛkyerɛ yi na de biara me ne me yere yɛtena ase a na yɛka ho asɛm sɛ afei ɛno a mehyɛ da frɛ no sɛ ɔmmra na afei yɛsim yi deɛ nni kora yɛbɛtɔ kora yɛntwerɛ because CJ mehu sɛ sikasɛm ɛbɛkɔ yi anaasɛ abrabɔ no bɛkɔ yi a woanyɛ proper planning wɔ wiase a wiase no ho ne yie enti sɛbi sika bia wonya nea wode sika no bɛyɛ ɛde wobi bia woyɛ biara ɛyɛ sɛ woma wopɛnda so nti metue me namfofoɔ bi ɔmo nim sɛ ɛbɛn deɛ woboa wo even gye kora mɛtɔ nnɛ kora metwerɛ sigye ɛno na mede anante a bɛsi nnɛ woba wohu bɛn na sɛ pɛn ne pepɛ nka no ho deɛ na kyɛ sɛ nyɛ bɛn a because bibia metwerɛ na mede bibia nso yɛ calculation ɛnam sigye aboa me bɛsi nnɛ sɛ wate ase ɛnti sɛ wiase woni planning biara deɛ na wonamu kɛkɛwu na maa bi quotation bi obi ma yɛn no ɔkɔti ya na meka kyɛ me sɛ baabi a maa yi firi bɛyi deɛ mahu ɛyɛ no kura o Nyankopɔn boa ne mmom nipa na wo wiase ɛnnɛ no wo gya wo nneɛma no wanya ntotoyɛ a Nyankopɔn boa ne firi na ɛbɛba Nyankopɔn no ɔboa nipa mu ba wo no a woyɛ adwuma wo sika sɛ wo deɛ na wode yɛ sɛ na wototo nneɛma fa nti sigye ma we deɛ nka wo rekɔde to hɔ ma yɛn anɔpɛ bi a bɔ ma yɛn saa afei wo bɔ January bɔ ma yɛ saa na ɛkɔfo sua deɛ mfirim sigye obi nto aso
medase papa powerful medase pa hello good morning.
Good morning. I'm from to say.
Nyame adom ye frɛ wo sɛ na kasa frɛ he.
Patrol, baby, I'm kasa free the me mo because I'm on phone.
Okay.
Nyame shira papa ne papa. CJ my uncle school enu achiro. Na be the one be discipline me life. Any adwuma me ye aboa me a papa no san some can obi e bi so but most of the time mo hu me e se me kurasi ni. Enso nya kurasi ni o. Me sika ade ehu hia me nto. Ti na nsɛm bi na ko bi your friend say show me anam bi ma obi anka me tey oni ako afaya. Aye me sika nyina aba fa nti dia ma ye me say me sika o me the some more things to sell in one place. Nti mpɛ sɛ counselor no etumi kyɛmpa dia me ye na ye but nyame adom I have a lot of property and I sense me find save a lot. And since I'm person what them said they may demisican most of the money no issue one place near me no and also a yarn na sympathy also on you man no kakra
ma pani yedase papa yedase pa. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Your friend na kasa free.
I say from me ama me kasa free assignment.
Ama assignment yentio.
Acho means to meaning the way I am service kind, you know, then I say, what say, I mean, Shanipa.
All right. Yeah, that's a pa. Thanks for calling. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your first name is free.
But your family Ignatius, my casa free Spenters.
Ignatius, ain't you?
If I chose, me prefer me busa Sunday. Me name Brabinetti. But a month, scale, you know. Say, I can say, the median need boomer. I just say, maybe 4 months pay, no, or not, Jenny 1 month. But our Jenny is happy now, 2 weeks now, sir. Or to me, sir, no, be some me and me pay no so, no, say, me born bosia, Nami de Amano. Yeah, shopping, say, you see inside, me and Cassandra de Messica, yeah, shopping, but still, me see can be. But in the DNS, and the 1 month now, sir. And this week, Obusa Miska, and then I am some man, I am my farmer, and my farmer, but still the soup bisa. No, me busa say, my farmer, no, and I say, men to my gym.
Okay, Iggy, lawyer and noting it down. Obey you ano. Why? I think it's a very serious concern, and we're raising. Hello, good morning.
Morning, for sure. The family
Mavis Kasade, Mami, Michelle.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Everyone saying?
Media on phone.
Everyone saying?
Say phone about phone.
Say phone about phone. Okay. All right. What was offering your penny?
Because every time.
Into it.
All the can you made the one support that the Montecha as he has modern church and there was to be brave. My young papa church in our car, a dem to say, yes, for a bone, yes, for football. All the kind, Munia paying the bowie. Oh, we know, let me say, pa, America project. The year Bibia, no bandana for Munia paying, and number one to shot. No, we not all day with Shambo, because when Niska. I've mentioned Munia, so I'm going to Mijan Walker. Ska means any no, some of America then. Munia no Cambria. Into one of a Bessimi pa say, Obia Mabo Madame Mrs. Can see about number Susa. Na, I say, Abbey, my any day. Me and me, she's skinny, my Munia in the hall. As for whom I'm Mutano Alpha. Until my I don't meet Miscano. Now, look okay, you know. As my Bibia Macotonachi, I didn't even miss him. Into a one of the Okaka, the helping a church, a woman, chair, a Butuada.
All right, Marty. Opinion with us, Papa Padafre. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. You're frozen. I got a free.
But your friend go down if you have to
Kwaku Yentiwe.
No, but that's it. Now, Papa, me pacho. What the neighbor there be an answer? I feel one of my fiancé.
Menganze didn't buy fiancé.
What the neighbor fiancé?
And patrolling.
You, me that's it. Me, that's it. I know Pennsylvania. Michel, Musumi, alcohol, meeting, I met you, Mark Musa. When I don't want you. But the Papa Sepa. What I found a conversation. But you are sorry, there one and you can get when I go to the agility family, Medana Sepa, watch my uncle, Nemariso.
Medase. Aisha mame bakunka honafi yema lawyer kwan na on responded to the first batch na fi asanso akoso ebiu. Hello, good morning.
Side, good morning.
Good morning, your saying.
Side, Nana Jeji Kataura.
Nana Jeji Kataura yentio. Utie on Live FM so on. Fantastic. Yentio Nana Jeji.
Side, Matun Kache.
Mejoso.
CJ, my question is na commercial bank e ka humbia because obo bank no dey no obo commercial bank because ono ka humbia na.
Okay.
So na me cha you about me wife, you go me channel.
All right, Mate. I'm say banks ne dey lawyer ka so be ba sen ka get be boni na. Yeah, and lawyer, the first batch of questions and remarks and concerns aba no. Yen hwe ne obetimi aye ho na fi yen san ko phone lines no so ebio.
5 and 6 bi wa ha. First one here, nipa na kan the God factor. There's a God factor. You say nyame man nipa nyame share na man nipa de for or bread man for being so that's a fact. There's always a God factor in all that we are discussing. Deuteronomy chapter 8 verse 17 and 18 say, remember the Lord your God, for it is he who gives you the power to make wealth. Enti o se ka erade onyankopon no man to me and ahoden edinya yedinya ade anase edinya ska. Into the God factor is always there. Into anytime you wake up in the morning, ask yourself, say, God should help you glorify him or make the wealth that you need. The second one here, Emma maybe so phrase say, or say one school and actually, but why investment be brave or properties be brave, no be or start business be now be from. Let me say this. Last year I said it here that don't expect what you don't inspect. Don't expect what you don't inspect. Obu ha otinkra ha say o se o mpese me ye mango farms e ododowa a very good idea. Mango no ubetimi akan the number of mango fruit on a tree every day. O dey see camera kwakobo because one hwe year Ubefi akra ha kohon na nkrofon de mango no omo de ayo business. They would have dissipated it. So don't expect what you don't expect. Say who scan up person your business. Make sure you have effective monitoring system or CCTV camera. Now will be out trusting and let the person go and run the business. And at the other thing say no or can be say what she should do. If you have a lot of business and a lot of assets, make sure you have insured them. So business and make sure you have insured the business, insure your assets, or dying, or business, or shops near two and say or Cantamanto near there. It's a very good example.
Yeah.
A lot of people have their business and all their business are in cash. Or a cash business, or your cash in or shop. It's a risky business, patch or men, yes, sir. For Scanico Bank. Now business now so make sure you have insurance on the business. Or dying any properties are owning, make sure you have insured them because you need much nebiasem. And then next one here, Papa be or say,
Mammy, they are now responding. No, Mammy, I'm so can say, this year, no, we're giant investment near the or the funny and out in one place. No,
concentration risk. Yes, concentration risk.
Yana.
Make you know for say more, yes, sir. Diversify your investment. Your free be investment diversification. Say in Yamana or fano, make sure you are buying different things. Say hardware in Yama EDC dying. Cotton Yama be out your year before all those things because sometimes in Yama EDC dying and I say it's an a conform and I say people demand less of it, but they demand more of something else. So if you are in business, you know, say to be a year, people do not build spend a lot on building, but they spend a lot of consumables. In Yama make sure you are investing more on those things in that part of the year. So avoid concentration risk. Obu ha ni business nyina ya de bako enyama bako pe nokoto se bibi bana se Food and Drugs Board e ban sa product na ho akere o business egu. So make sure you are not investing in one product. Make sure you are buying different products because one day sa o business now we na say product now important sa semba ho say pe na che business egu. So diversify your investment as a future abema yema no say in addition to the insurance no make sure you are diversifying your investment and not concentrating on one area of business. And now papa be your friends was in nua ye bia bani ade nia meka ne say okay for year obi a or ne brother te niska na ketu origination say ne brother de ne bia ne brother na ho kire no. I started here say being wealthy, so be the four, it's not a matter of how much you earn. Ejuma uye anase o papa no mame disco more. No, it's about proper planning. Made papa be a very good example. He was a teacher, but at the end of the day, no, or farms or corn mill machine or businesses. I didn't see because ojina ketia no akobonko fopa no makokodo. As I see be a waji on chain baby no more dey mefu. Ebedu baby mefu no was feeding us more than how much he was earning from the teaching. Enti, you can have someone who is working with you who earns less than you, but they be about hobosia because nipa no nimse ne ohwe discuss onimse ne ye investment. Enti nyama ye suen obu go betimi edisu ye, the person can make more money than you even though oji wakatua bear 2 or 3 times more than the person. So it's about discipline. Financial discipline is important. And now yen papa na oka say a ye bia bani ade by ne brother air contemplating. Say na me kan emergency fund. Emergency fund is an emergency fund. Senye emergency enko yiska no. Enti etere bi obu ho si o boye emergency fund. Enso onya say nsuo bi ahwie go ba bia na okoyi emergency fund na ko so ano. Enti emergency fund is an emergency fund and you should sparingly use it and I say hardly use it. I just say a pion something has pushed you and say do emergency fund no. Enti so always ke bi e da ho na say emergency bi ba. Make sure you are using part of the money. Also, do not liquidate all your emergency fund. Don't liquidate. And could you see how they are to change na say me the 20,000 be to say bibi to me. Nanda kuwa kwa check 20,000. No, throw 10,000. Catch the bush and for say oh the 10,000 and the beba. So that the other 10,000 will be there for another emergency tomorrow. And now banks and financial institutions say them kind so kwa investment treasury bill the banks do it. Fixed deposit, all the banks do it. So make sure you have a reputable bank. Bank of Ghana has gone through the banking cleanup. So all the banks here have got licenses. I just say what is a bank and then what about them? But all the commercial banks, Stanbic Bank, Commercial Bank, Prudential Bank, all these banks have got fixed deposits. They can also help you to do treasury bill investments. So walk into your bank, maybe I will save, and ask them for financial advice. They will give you guidance on these things.
0302-216-561, 0302-216-562. Yemfa second and the final batch na fi yemfa enkomono NC 0302-216-561, 0302-216-562. Lawyer, this one is on Facebook. I say Juma as a security guard a main harbor. Or say a day or make it between 300 to 600 Ghana cedis a day. Enti or kabumwa now what you know between 1,000 cedis to 1,300 Ghana cedis by the end of the week. But umunu ni amfa sikano enye. Say or park panchre bi say sika no buwa dan ho na wadini nyina say sika na eba nsem na wotwe bia no ase sisi awa hoto na wotwe bia beba nti eba nsem a neko wonye den for we mami answer na yakọ phone lines no so
yes, one of the risky situations to be in life is to always expect salary or money coming at the end of the month. Obia or skebia is very bad or has a risk of not saving money, because when we say bosumi bia ketua beba obia ya ono ankasa na adwuma de oni say bosumi we say obia ni ho bebe tua meka it is care women say no mehwe so yi. People in such situations who make money every day from sources, different sources, ebia scare de channel any ade, those people stand the risk of wasting their money. Me calculate is here say ni panotiminya 52,000 Ghana cedis in a year. It's Bisani say 52,000 Ghana cedis in an account money. The answer will be no. So he makes 1,000 Ghana cedis a month or even more. And if he's looking at it, you make over 50,000 Ghana cedis a year from gifts and all those things. But gift alone can take care of him. What I will advise you to do is say, have a habit of saving at least 500 Ghana cedis every week. Have a habit of saving 500 Ghana cedis every week. And every week, the 1,000 Ghana cedis that you make sure you are saving half of it in an account or a fund that you are not touching any time in a year. The other 500 Ghana cedis use for whatever you want to use it for. Use for your personal expenses. But save half of that money from gifts and remittances every week. And by the end of the year, you'll be amazed. Set 52,000 Ghana cedis you're making. At least you have half of it saved for something useful.
Fantastic. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
But you're frozen, I can't free.
Pacha me de Mary me kata afi Nungwa.
Mary Nungwa yenti Mary.
Pacha wo me da sa no pay. Na de tene se mri bi etwa bo me tie mu a na me ton ade o street wo. Ti me se buska me konso na me kunu kasa. O si ma me ko echi. Ti na nya de a me tunu. Ti last year me nya iska kakapa na me yi na me koto car. Se me pese me de yewu ba ibi. Because all kind of buy our Jicana bosso. On better with the Bay Juman CG.
I didn't know better the Bay Juman.
You see, on better with the Bay Juman on Wajikan or the Quajuma, and I'm missing the Wolfie. The investment in America talk and white you, my car.
No, and I can be what much and on the entire Coto Cano.
Much and it's or Timam in Cool Street to go to one dear. The person be you when it is cabremi. Na mimi tine fie shankarano maka kaka last year I'm talking we used to can for 1 year.
All right, lawyer noting it down. Why? Lawyer noting it down. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Patrick Frost and Akasa Free.
CJ, my son, your friend Isaac Asari, because I feel Tama, community 25.
All right. All right, sure.
I'm a fan as a man lawyer, Apialati. Say, as a Musaka, we signed the M's already here, I know that Nemo, Mamma Basso, say, and Church or the Abbey, the Boko to Jimmy Pana, I think so, no, your far. A baboying, away a Jumani Sika Simu. And the Nomeda lawyer, Apialati, one in church out there, bearing the premises, a chief in an Emwabana, Yamfamo Brana, a baboy. That's it.
Medase, Papa. Thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
My name is Samuel Mafo.
Samuel Mafo, where are you calling from?
I'm from Kolebu.
From Kolebu. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I've been working and stable became my problem. So I was listening to your program this morning, and then at 11 calls, in fact, I really learned a lot, and I wanted to know how can I see, because I work as a government worker, but by the end of the month, all that I earned, I don't even have money to take care of my business. So I wanted to know advice you would give it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Yemfa last caller na yemfa minutes na kano Emma lawyer. Hello, good morning. Yeah.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Pacho, your friend is Solomon Pilato Tete, place to carry.
All right. Yeah, ain't you opening?
Me, Baba. Na, in few my first wife, a balance of 3. Baba 2 years in me, who did this guy, means Kabiana, my missus can rough. Say me, Timu, said, you mean, and the told lawyer, and mean some now I can't fat, and run some now, me, and Ned Yano. I impress me more into me for advice. The people pan ho na me double me bra.
Okay, medase. Nanka me say be last caller, but Aisha mame last one nafi yemfa NC. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Pacho medamasi. Medamasi be great.
Mebacho your friend say na ka say friend.
Maybe Manuel Tay. Me ka say ku kwen actually ku kwen TV.
Fantastic. Yenti ofa ima.
Pacho we mesra say asema okay no ehia ma yempa na yebenya ne CD atwana
me pacho ye wie nkomo ya okọ Facebook any YouTuber link no eda ho. In fact your podcast so a abribia person ko tie san nkomo bia no your podcast no so unya do podcast no abo Adom 6.3 FM na ubo reboot your life a ni nyina e wo ho series ni nyina wo ho ya bribia opebia obetimi atie why medase pa me producer say me fa calls call ni bi enka ho Aisha fa call no bi ka ho at 10:22 hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, madam.
Pacho, you press me. I'm Kasafi Adenta.
Ama Adenta, obey me last caller.
Pacho, you na adeni say if you are uye juma, but uye se usevia no akakofa because sikano unya ni bebrea ubetimi asevia to ho amanache. Inti ye nso sa no den ye betimi aye.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that's a pa. You begin last caller. Okay, all right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, madam.
Oh, see, Auntie Grace, you ready? I'm going, Mama, and Frank. I have a papa. And you can't see a fire.
Auntie Grace, Mate. But oh, yeah, my last caller. But I'm you. Go for it.
I'm asking church. I'm with my CD. I feed the Mama Sanchez into me. Like me, and the best sign a bravo. Now I'm fire hook or two will be so. So bina aye ano bina minor muni yentina me ho akire me ya ne ya kutia ye ho abrabo na ye bo ne ye nhihye ye niam yiye ye niam bibia keke nti aka na odukwa kwoti obi so na me afutuo ba akwa me so me pesa me de ma me no mu oja so ade ba akwa me hu ni se obi wo ha wo dija ni capital wo kita e bi 1000 Ghana cedis enso so be hu no akwa ko firi ade be ye 2000. Na sabi o di ubetia ni kaka bisa won say dia o ma be 3 months se fatua 3 months ni be do no anya profit sa dia atua ni ka na ya dia di ye manya pa wo jadi mi se mi dija di ye nya papa ni tin last is wo na ni sika ahye o se ye bi obi na ahye ni sika na nya ma me ko fine na so wakwa ko firi ade bi a chance a wo se wo sika ya wo di djay eno na wo di bi tua wo ma school fees ebi a wudi bi ma wo ma ko school wo ye bibia wo mu no wasa ko firi ade a eboro so a wo ho nkyero wo be kyero ti yes rewo mo se wo di jana wo kita sika hwe wo sika wo kita so na fe di wo jana wo se mfa so aba so asa na wo beto bibia wato What
a way to end my phone in. Mameno, Grace from Kufuria. Yeah, that's it. Lawyer, my Embra Honmena.
It's best I take answering the question from the last one.
Yeah.
My maybe fair or say or weak savings cultures. Can all the 2 1 and Chenwa could related to government worker bisu bisa question so also nisika na banisha inti bosome so an nyina asa. There are a lot of people in that situation. My advice say ask yourself, are you partially prepared? Why ready say bibi beba or china na bibi to china and I say you are fully prepared and as bu okwanpo prepared cry. A lot of people have this weak savings culture. Inti the solution is this. Number 1, take a radical change in your lifestyle or the work you do. Sebi ebi adwuma na wo ye no akatua na eba no e wo fom hwehwe adwuma foforo. These are the hard truths that you should hear. Say adwuma na wo ye no, you are not being paid enough to take care of your family, so look for another job or have a way to improve yourself to earn more. So when taking that radical decision in 2025, next year you will still have the same problem. The following year you will still have the same problem. And look to change your job or to improve yourself so that you can earn more. The second one here, for example, the government worker, you have an opportunity to borrow money to do something. And do your own research. Say in addition to say me kwa juma abefie no, edie na me yire betimi aye. And now say then business meets me here on the side in addition to the work that I do every day. And as a government worker, you can always have access to borrowed funds. And make sure when you borrow the fund, you are putting into something that you can inspect, something that you can monitor to get your money. Say I feel I'm medical kind. So if you don't make a radical change, don't expect a radical results. So up a radical results, do a radical change or embark on a radical change. And now papa bi yenu ebi so baba. Osi ono so nyes kani bebre na so hunu yes kana echo. Pacho bra, sit down and write all that you use your money for. So ofa pen na bisa ho say this week and then am de bisika ye. Ubo say nyeme bi wa obi de ntade bi buy na toy, obi de watch buy na toy, obi de phone buy na toy. Sanya ma no tro nyina bo say nyina ho hia. Enyama ni bi wa wato a wo nyusu besi ene. Nipa de buy na ka say ofa hye onsa. O we fata wo na yi to ho. Besi ene on boy. So you are wasting money on things you don't need. That's why you can't even pinpoint near this kind. Say if you can see or you use the things that you bought, say idea hunyawa, and I say idea you use and kabit near this kind. So the fact that you cannot even tell what you have used the money for means that it's kind of about 7. You are using it on things you don't need or things that are not helpful. You are wasting the money. Ain't my advice? Say as a businessman or as a barber, have a plan. Brain shop no benya for baby aka ho that alone will force you to put your money into acquiring another shop, and that is an investment that will keep you disciplined because obi o si dan no on waste because basically for fraud you don't have money to waste it on beer and then yama beer tisano and at the next one year nungwa yes ta so auto Uber na ni kuaje pacho man catch that say Uber an investment that you made, and the investment will have to get results. Otherwise, can now no where we see no
because not there will quiet and then you couldn't say Jai said you man or say any music no mame and fan share Uber you got to car tell be this cabe bremes afedi offer adike yaboso
offer a multiple stream of income or wife the additional income bremo anke be boa offer sa sembi tumo onkwan sika ntimi solve problem entika mama sika nko de ba won chen kakra ene enka monton car no non san ko start business foforo ebeboa so oni mi say bia car no business no ye na o hwe na say risky enti no wage a monko ton car na capital ne ma no non start bi foforo because uni mo china sem o chire bi sebi na oni ho na ono pe na aka no obehwe nkola no enti your wife's additional income is an additional income for the family. That's how we should look at it. And I think that's it so far. Yeah, that's
okay. Lawyer, you better watch papa. Me programs manager Joshua Tigo. Me fanim brem na fe. Odem komo binam Joshua Tigo. Oh, sika papa.
Lawyer wa here. Kaska for no one news can here. Lawyer Menko, Monkomo ya Moody.
Yeah.
Say Ed and you can impactful radio. We need the definition of impactful radio. Say obi beti no wanye bibi osua bibi afimu na what me implementing or improving abrabo. Enti lawyer we dey wa ha dey we need dem reboot ya na afibia especially from the beginning of January towards the end of January na afi pese e dey call another level. Enti ne pese ya ne say lawyer can send bibiri but two crofofo one more pointers any goals or meet me set for the year. But say pay can be so amfa and carrying crofo along. So be the year you be amfa nye juma and in your person say at the end of January this year. You be a conference. A goal setting conference. You be setting goals. Finance and investment goals. Lawyer be buying. No my areas I bet me asset goals. And the asset goal no be mid-year review. And the ebia wo goal our setting is afi every day be be save 1 Ghana cedi.
Yes.
Ebia wo goal ni say by the end of this year lawyer ka personal development obesua cake making. That is part of your goal. And ebia lawyer in the area of finance no lawyer boy am asset goals ebia be 10 goals. Obiso a health and wellness. Ono sinigo ni say every day be over 91 kilometer and 500 meters. And I say afibia this year obey health check every month. And I see every quarter and I see every half year. Yes, those health goals separate. Obinsu nano nano na edi nko minim se mu ka se mu be housing.
Yes.
Obinsu e bia na opeso to asase no start bibi. We set goals in those areas. They are setting health a relationship and spirituality goals.
Yes.
And ye course our conference na goal setting conference na ye ni mo amu betie for amu team na no ye invite mo.
Yeah.
Resource persons ni be leading and they are setting goals no. Na fe ya boa mo na track the performance and how you are executing the goals. Now, next year by this time, we can have a story to tell. And you pay me by na Masama Medina.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Lawyer, wait here, Uwahe. Ababeto ebenranka ebeto.
So department hold me a free monitoring and evaluation. In the department be a winning monitoring and evaluation department. By programs the veteran come.
Exactly.
And we don't want to leave people in the last year me by a revision na make say exam exam question better last year. So we have to make sure we do the goal setting and you monitor it. So maybe if on quarterly basis a revision
exactly.
Yes.
And TT function you be announcing venue shortly. Be an out broadcast into me studio and he invite you they should join us and on the day resource people.
Fantastic.
Goal setting.
Fantastic.
Then share the abrabon the ever could do.
Fantastic.
I feel when politicians. We want to take the bull by the horn. We want to grab opportunities as they come. Now opportunities so the open so grab ya just we are prepared. And when you naka preparations no. And the lawyer bedasi. Na ya da omo ba twem no. Kevin all the others who have come and and the many who are yet to come. You better say in advance. Na 31st, something big is going to happen.
Thank you very much. On that note, yanda lawyer yaw apia latte yanda nasi or your partner and financial advisor Deloitte Ghana. Reboot your life series. Nyami adma ochina something interesting is coming up. Me the Chief Jerry Forson.